Hello and welcome to our daily bulletin broadcast from Hanoi, and following the headlines as usual. Canadian Foreign Minister Stéphane Dion visits Vietnam. Fitch says growth attracts foreign capital for Vietnamese banks. MidAutumn mask-making festival draws Hanoi children. Canadian Foreign Minister Stéphane Dion is paying an official visit to Vietnam as guest of Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh. More detail in the following report. In the afternoon of September 5th, State President Trần Đại Quang hosted a reception for Minister Stéphane Dion. President Quang spoke highly of Minister Dion's first ever official visit to Vietnam, as well as his contributions to Vietnam-Canada relations in recent years. He appreciated Canada for its commitments to continue providing official development assistance for Vietnam and supporting Vietnam in the fields of climate change adaptation, poverty reduction, and food safety. The President thanked Canada for its grant of 15 million Canadian dollars to help Vietnam cope with climate change and expressed his hope that the Canadian Parliament will soon approve the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. Minister Dion briefed his host about the Canadian government's foreign policy, which places importance to relations with ASEAN and Vietnam. The two sides also exchanged views on the settlement of disputes in the East Sea through peaceful measures on the basis of respect for international law in order to maintain peace, stability, security, and freedom of navigation and aviation in the region. Earlier, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh held talks with Foreign Minister Stéphane Dion. At the talks, Minh said Vietnam attaches importance to friendly and cooperative ties with Canada and highly evaluates the foreign policy of Canada in its capacity as a responsible member of Group 7. The two ministers discussed measures to further promote bilateral relations in the near future, including the exchange of high-level delegations and increased dialogue mechanisms, such as politic dialogues at the level of Deputy Foreign Minister. They also emphasized the need to boost ties in the fields of economic cooperation, trade, investment, and development assistance. Regarding international and regional issues of mutual concern, the two sides exchanged views on the settlement of disputes in the East Sea through peaceful measures on the basis of respect for international law, including the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, 1982. On September 5th, 22.5 million pupils across Vietnam eagerly welcomed the new academic year. Top party and state leaders shared the joy with the pupils as they attended opening ceremonies at different schools nationwide.
At Hanoi Amsterdam School for the Gifted in Hanoi, State President Trần Đại Quang extended his best wishes to all teachers and pupils nationwide. He highly valued the attainments of the educational sector in the last academic year, such as the extended education network, improved education quality, accelerated reforms of teaching methods, and people's outstanding results at national and international contests. The Hanoi Amsterdam High School takes the lead in Vietnam in terms of pupils' performance at national and international competitions. It had won 33 international prizes and 79 national prizes in 1 year. Meanwhile, the ceremony at Hanoi-based Nguyễn Đình Chiểu Junior High School was attended by Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, aside from more than 1,700 pupils, including over 200 visually impaired ones. He held the strong will of the disciplined and the school's creation of a favorable environment for the less privileged pupils to study, play, and make friends. In the southern province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân attended a celebration of the new school year at Lê Quý Đôn High School for the Gifted. Its pupils, numbering 950 at present, have obtained 110 national prizes since the school was set up 25 years ago.
Senior officials from ASEAN countries met in Vientiane, Laos on September 5th to prepare for the 28th and 29th ASEAN summits and related meetings. The Vietnamese delegation to the meeting is led by Deputy Foreign Minister Lê Hoài Trung. The senior officials meeting took a close look at the final working programs, agendas and content of documents to be approved at the upcoming summits. A total of 11 official meetings are scheduled to take place from September 6 to 9. Nearly 50 documents will be signed, adopted and acknowledged at those meetings, while Laos, as ASEAN chair, will issue a number of chairman's statements. The senior officials also discussed the pace of implementation of the ASEAN Political Security Blueprint 2025, how to promote ASEAN's principles and behavior standards, pushing the observance of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the EC, DOC, and the building of the Code of Conduct, COC. In addition, they debated measures to promote external relations and ASEAN's central role, as well as improve the efficiency of ASEAN's agencies' operation and coordination. Preparation for the Conference of ASEAN Foreign Ministers slated for later this month in New York, the U.S., and the ASEAN-EU Foreign Ministers meeting in Bangkok, Thailand, in October were another issue on the senior officials' meeting's agenda. Fitch Ratings recently released a report on Vietnam's banking sector, saying that Vietnam's strong economic performance is helping the country attract much-needed foreign capital into its banking system. According to Fitch, banks are likely to need additional capital as they respond to the phasing in of Basel II capital adequacy standards by the end of 2018, while trying to meet demand for rapid credit growth. GIC, a Singapore sovereign wealth fund, has signed a memorandum of understanding to buy a 7.7% stake in Vietcombank, Vietnam's largest bank by market capitalization. The deal follows the recent purchase of a 5% stake in a much smaller bank, Tiền Phong Bank, by the International Finance Corporation. This injection of foreign capital is a positive trend and comes at a time of strong economic growth, which has helped to stabilize asset quality. Rapid credit growth is also creating a need for more capital. Private sector credit rose by 17.3% in 2015. Another pickup is likely in 2016, with the official target for the year set at 18 to 20%. Fitch warned that rapid credit growth poses a risk to Vietnam's medium-term financial stability, particularly since the credit GDP ratio at 110.5% in 2015. A sustained rise in foreign appetite for Vietnam's bank equity would be a positive development because the banking sector has significant recapitalization needs, Fitch said. The Mekong Delta province of Bạc Liêu earned $288 million from seafood exports in the first 8 months of 2016, fulfilling 55% of its yearly target, but dropping nearly 5% compared to the same period last year. According to the Provincial Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, despite the fall in exports, the locality's seafood production has remained stable. Currently, the price of material seafood for processing is rising as some traders have bought and exported raw materials, which affected small businesses. However, larger enterprises have managed to collect between 650 to 900 tons of seafood materials per week for processing to ensure their operation. Meanwhile, the local power sector has pledged to ensure their supply in the rest of the year, while banks also vowed to provide capital for businesses to expand their production. At the same time, management agencies of Bạc Liêu have made great efforts to update local exporters with market developments and give them advices on how to adjust their production. Local seafood processors and exporters have applied measures to implement their commitments on enhancing their products' quality. The government has approved a national target program of sustainable poverty reduction for the 2016-2020 period, which aims to cut the rate of poverty among households nationwide by 1 to 1.5% each year.
Meanwhile, efforts will be made to reduce the poverty rate among ethnic minority households by 3 to 4% a year. Alongside reducing poverty rate, the program will try to develop livelihoods in order to increase per capita income of people living under poverty line by 1.5 times compared to the level at the end of 2015. The number of districts classified as extremely poor will be reduced by half by 2020, while that of extremely poor communes and villages should decrease by 20 to 30%. Towards the goal, investment will be poured into socio-economic infrastructure in poor areas, thus improving living conditions and access to jobs of local residents. Total investment to carry out the program is estimated at nearly $48.4 trillion, around $2.1 billion to be sourced from the state and local budgets, the private sector, donations from individuals and organizations, both domestic and international, and contributions from beneficiary communities. According to reports at a meeting of the Central Steering Committee for Sustainable Poverty Reduction in Hanoi on July 18th, the rate of poor and near-poor households stands at 15.1%.
Creating masks with various shapes and sizes to welcome the upcoming MidAutumn Festival in an interesting activity, attracting a lot of children in Hanoi. Join us to find out more.
The yard at the Temple of Literature was full of children. They were eagerly creating their own masks. This activity helped them develop their creativeness through familiar images and icons in their daily life.
Coming here to play with friends and draw a lot of marks makes me so cheerful. This is a meaningful activity, providing us with better understanding about our country's traditional culture.
Organizers said the activity not only helped younger generations get a deeper insight into the nation's traditional values, but also provided them wider perception about the world's mask arts. African-style masks were first introduced in Vietnam, making a wonderful cross-cultural exchange.
We introduced African-style masks to the Vietnamese public with the aim of helping them understand that Vietnamese-style masks have joined the world as a form of art. We organize this activity annually with the hope that younger generations can learn more about the traditional art.
Completed masks will be collected after the activity wrapped up and then presented to patients at the National Hospital of Pediatrics to have them have a warm full moon festival. A similar activity will also be held in Ho Chi Minh City on September 10th.
And that has come to the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you again.